Hey guys, we're back again. So, as requested, a lot of comments were requesting me to work on silver as well, since they go hand in hand with gold. And finally, I did listen, and this is what we are gonna be looking at. So this is silver, guys, on a weekly time frame. So most of you know that most of the time when I'm analyzing, you are not gonna see wicks on my candlesticks. That's because I do turn them off, because most of the time they tend to be nothing rather than fake outs. Okay, so now let's look at silver, guys. This is a daily time frame, but we can start on a weekly time frame. So weekly, we can see that silver is in this uptrending channel that you can see. We have the support here. Okay, below here we're gonna have the support, and then above we have the resistance. Okay, so this is what has been happening on silver ever since we got the break. Okay, so the break I'm talking about is the break of this channel here. So ever since we managed to break above this channel here, silver has been pretty much bullish. Okay, silver has been bullish, same as gold. Ever since gold made its break, it has been bullish. So silver, ever since turning this resistance into a support, silver has been pretty much bullish and then pushing all the way to the upside. You can see break of a structure, retest, and then another break of a structure, retest, another break of a structure. So now we're going to be looking at the current market and the momentum. Okay, so currently we can see that we ended up breaking above this high here and then this internal high here, which means that we formed a new high on silver. So what we're going to be looking out for now, it's a continuation or a reversal if we either going to be getting sells or buys on this market. So for me, guys, if I were to look at silver, let's dive back into the weekly time frame. So let me show you this. So if I were to measure from down here with my Fibonacci, all the way from down here all the way to the top, you can see we have this pure I, which is there at the bottom, which is the support. Okay, and then we have another pure I here. Okay, so we have the support of this candlestick and the resistance of this candlestick up there. Okay, so and then we have our 38% and the 50% right on this breaking level here. So what we're gonna be looking out for now on silver, guys, when we look at silver, there are two possible scenarios. We might see silver retesting around 38 and 50%, or it might go deeper for 71% and 61% of our Fibonacci retracement, which is going to be all the way lower here. Which, if we were to dive deeper into our 4 hours time frame, you could see that on 4 hours time frame we have a confluence of buyers here. Okay, this is where the market is reversing. This is where you can see our downtrending channel, which we're having here before we broke above. This is what we had. The market was making lower highs, and then below here it was making higher lows. Okay, so you can see here that the market has been compressing into this triangle until we managed to break above, and then we didn't manage to get that much of a retest, even if we can go and turn on back the wicks. Okay, you can see that we didn't manage to get much of a retest here, which means that this is still a possible or a violent zone that we might come and retest on. But looking into this area here is also an area that we might still come in retest on. If we dive down into our hourly time frame, you could see that this area here, we also have another confluence of buys on it. Okay, we might get buys coming from that area down here, judging by my confluences here. This is my X factor, and then it's sending me all the way here on the middle of this zone here. This is the zone that we might end up retesting on and looking for continuation on it. Okay, so yeah, as you can see, so the X factor here is the area that we might end up being looking for a continuation on, which means that it's gonna be on this retest zone here. So yeah, on silver, guys, I don't have much that I can say rather than that silver it's just gonna continue being bullish. Let's just wait for a retest. Any retest that we're gonna be getting in between these zones here is gonna be a good retest for us to catch a buy on it. If we can just break the high, I'm not gonna suggest that anyone jump into a buy because we broke this high before we go for a retest. Okay, so the break of this high, I don't think that is gonna be wise for you to be buying above it. If we happen to slightly push above this high, I would suggest, okay, if we are pushing above the high, this high, I will suggest that you wait, because what might happen might be something like this. Okay, we might just see something like that, but which doesn't mean that the market is still not gonna sell. The market is still gonna sell. So I must suggest that you wait for the market to come back down. And also, what I hate doing on a bullish market, guys, is looking for something like this to sell so that I can buy on a bullish market. I rather wait for buys to come in rather than chasing the sells, because there's a high possibility that when you're selling, the market can just break aggressively and then retest on that structure and then continuously move to the upside. So it's some of the things that you need to be aware of or to stay aware of. Okay, so that's what I see on silver, guys. I'm gonna drop the Nasdaq analysis next. Make sure that you sub and then you turn on your notification bell there so that you don't miss any of my updates on the market. Okay, if you like, go and follow me on my Facebook page if you have not, so that you will also get some of the charts that I do share there. And I also did open a Facebook channel. It's there on my Facebook, so if you can just check there, I will also be dropping some of the setups there. I'm out.